Number 20, simplify 2 over the square root of 3. You can't have a radical in the denominator. So how can we get rid of a square root of 3 in the denominator? All we do is multiply by root 3 there. Now, we're allowed to do it if we multiply technically the fraction by 1, which is root 3 over root 3 is equal to 1. It doesn't change the value any. But what it does is root 3 times root 3 in the bottom becomes a 3. And the top is just 2 root 3. 2 root 3 divided by 3 is exactly the same as this, but it doesn't have a radical in the denominator. So that's why we do this. We cannot have a radical in the denominator. So we manipulate it to fix that problem. 21. Whoa, how do I get rid of that square root of 2 in the denominator? Well, the problem is I need to multiply by what's called the conjugate. We realize that if we multiply by 2 plus square root of 2, and the top has to be the same because it has to be a fraction worth 1. If we multiply this bottom part by this 2 plus square root of 2, the square roots are going to go away. So let's see what happens. I have 2 minus root 2 being multiplied by 2 plus a root 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times that root 2 is 2 root 2. And then right here, minus a root 2 times 2 is minus 2 root 2, which means those go away. And then negative root 2 times a positive root 2 is minus a 2, because root 2 times root 2 is 2, and a negative times a positive is negative. So in the bottom, I have 4 minus 2. I got a 2. This bottom comes out to be nothing but a 2. It's awesome. Let's look at the top. The top is going to be a little different probably. 2 plus a root 2 times another 2 plus a root 2. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times a root 2 is 2 root 2. Now this root 2 times 2 is 2 root 2. And then root 2 times root 2 is 2. 4 plus 2 gives me 6. 2 root 2 plus 2 root 2 is 4 root 2. So up top I have 6 plus 4 root 2. Now that looks great. However, I should notice that this can simplify a little bit more because the 6, the 4, and the 2 all can be divided by 2. Inside the house will never divide with somebody outside the house, so don't try that. So what can 6, 4, and 2 all be divided by? 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So the final answer here, the top is 3 plus 2 root 2 all over 1, but anything divided by 1 is itself. So this is our final answer to 21.